bienvenido al Dakar 2018.
Etapa 10 de Salta, Belén.
¡Vamos, Argentina, carajo, vamos!
Welcome to Dakar 2018. After yesterday's stage cancellation, the rally returns with a tough special between Salta and Belén. Things hotting up in more ways than one, and a few nasty surprises in store in the dunes.
The dunes and the camel grassland of Bolivia and Argentina are like quicksand for the field of Dakar 2018. Let's take a moment, hold our breath, and let the dirt wash over us.
Previously, in the bikes, KTM bared their teeth in part 2 of the marathon stage to Pizza.
After more or less 1,000 of special, if you don't feel tired, you make something wrong.
Just got to try and keep on two wheels and be safe and try and chase down that finish line.
Benavides is heading for home soil on his Honda. Very happy to be arriving in Argentina, in Salta, my home. And Yamaha's Van Beveren still leads by 22 seconds. I'm trying to keep a rhythm where I don't crash or make too many mistakes. It's working well, I'm still improving. It's great. So Dakar 2018 resumes with a long stage in the dunes between Salta and Belén. Almost 800 kilometers to cover, including 2 separate time sections with a total of 372 Ks. 3/4 of the action will be contested on the sand. And so for the 5th time since the first South American edition of the Dakar in 2009, the rally has come to Salta, a vibrant, multicultural city of over 600,000 inhabitants. Renowned for its museums, colonial architecture and busy nightlife, Salta also boasts spectacular surroundings and some of the best weather in Argentina. It also happens to be the birthplace of Kevin Benavides, who is currently 22 seconds off the overall lead in the bikes. Well, the Salta region is certainly living up to its reputation at the start of stage 10, temperatures reaching 34 degrees Celsius before 10 o'clock in the morning. Antoine Mayo, the stage 8 winner, the first man to head out onto the dunes. After a fine performance in the marathon stage, the Frenchman pulled to within 10 minutes of the overall lead, but he lost around 9 minutes by the end of today's first special. Here's Laia Sanz, who's cruising to victory in the women's category. The Spaniard running 14th overall, but she misjudged the dunes here, taking a tumble, and luckily no major damage done, but she'd lost 32 minutes by the end of the first special. Sanz not the only Spaniard to take a spill. The rally's top rookie Jonathan Barragan also crashed. The gas man down 32 minutes as well at the halfway stage. That's potentially good news for his fellow compatriot Oriol Mena. The hero riders looking to close a 12-minute gap to Barragan at the top of the rookie standings. Now here's one man looking very at home here in the Catamarca dunes. Surprise, surprise, it's local boy Kevin Benavides. The Salta native knows this area like the back of his hand. And at the end of the first special, he had a 3-minute lead over Toby Price. Stefan Zvitko's been pretty consistent on this Dakar so far. The 2016 runner-up in 7th overall for his Slovanaft team, around half an hour off the pace. But the Slovakian also caught out in the dunes, a heavy crash there on his KTM. Dakar riders are nothing if not robust. Zvitko also dusting himself off and carrying on. He was just over 10 minutes off the pace at the end of the first special. And so to the front runners. Matthias Wagner's been keeping a low profile in recent days, but he's right up there for KTM, only 6.5 minutes back overall. The Austrian 4th quickest at the end of the first special. Here is the overall leader, Adrian van Beveren. The Frenchman just 22 seconds ahead of Benavides at the start of the day's action. By the end of the first special though, he'd lost around 6 minutes. But there were plenty more twists to come. I'm worried about finding myself on the ground if I overdo it, but I don't want to lose too much time. It's very tricky terrain. Well, that was Van Beveren very much hitting the nail on the head. Luckily, the Yamaha man had done his homework with the roadbook. He followed the correct route, heading into the second special. As did Wagner. Both the Frenchman and the Austrian stand to gain a significant amount of time today because their rivals went off course at the start of the second time section. A major shake-up on the cards in the bikes. With temperatures soaring to over 40 degrees Celsius, Benavides went off track at the start of the second special, and he took Toby Price with him. The Honda man and his KTM rival set to lose a great deal of time. They were almost 10 kilometres off course at one point. In the end, a bad day all round for Benavides, whose younger brother Luciano crashed out of the rally earlier in the day. Well, the two leaders also caught up with the Stage 8 winner, Antoine Mayo, so he also found himself lost in the wilderness. Worse, for Honda at least, Johan Bereda and Ricky Brabec followed their tracks and also got lost, as did Zvitko. Van Beveren and Wagner are definitely the day's winners. It simply remains to be seen just how much time they're going to put into their rivals. Onto the quads, where Ignacio Casale continues to storm towards his second Dakar crown. With a commanding lead of 1 hour and 45 minutes, the Chilean was 3rd quickest at the end of today's first special, dropping only 5 minutes. The 2014 winner joining up with Nelson Sanabria of Paraguay, who's over 5 hours back overall. Meanwhile, there's a fascinating battle for second place between the Stage 6 winner, Jeremias Gonzalez, and the Stage 5 winner, Nicolas Cavigliasso. Only 4 minutes separating the two Argentines at the start of the day. And Gonzalez, who is second overall, second at the end of the first special. Cavigliasso just ahead of him, 1 minute 58 seconds better off. The two men look set to contest the stage win with Casale and Kazakhstan's Dmitry Shilov. They are the eyes of the Dakar on the track. Those who film the world's greatest rally and its most exhilarating stories.
What motivates me is the human adventure. It's difficult to define the Dakar. You have bikes, cars, trucks, with competitors living a different rally to you, and you have people in helicopters and in cars. The Dakar has many different families, and we are one in a TV car. We're on the track, and we either choose a tricky place or a spectacular place, and we film bikes, cars and trucks going by. Then, ideally, we try to follow them. We drive on their tracks to try and film competitors in trouble.
Eric, one of the 8 cameramen on the track, has 22 Dakar rallies under his belt. That's hours and hours of filming, kilometres of walking in the dunes, tears, despair, but also joy.
That's the best part of the job, because it's fulfilling in a human way, because you meet people from around the world. They're at a very specific moment in their lives. They've invested a lot to be on this legendary race, and they find themselves in trouble. Something important is being played, and we're witnesses of that. Of course we're touched by what we see, but you can't let the feelings invade you. We really are external witnesses. You have to remain cold-blooded. That's also the Dakar. You can't let fatigue or emotions take over. I'm never bored. It's never the same thing. The countries are different, the landscapes, the competitors, everything is different. The only thing that remains the same is the look on the faces of the guys when they're struggling. Those moments that we share are the most amazing ones. Previously in the cars, it has been a roller coaster first week on the Dakar, especially in the sand. One man is defying the odds. Bernhard ten Brinker has a strong hand in the top 5.
It's like casino from 1 to 5. We are able to fight with Carlos and Nasser.
Never bet against Peter Hansel. We will try and keep winning stages, keep climbing. We maybe have a chance to catch Nasser. In second place, Nasser needs a roll of the dice.
We'll see still 5 days of rally and maybe something happen, you don't know.
Science is still the ace.